So today I want to make a video on understanding what is Bitcoin and what are digital currencies and how you could benefit from the opportunities that come with them. Okay, so what is Bitcoin? Bitcoin is a digital currency, oftentimes called a cryptocurrency, that can be used to make payments on the internet. Now, there are a couple websites that do accept Bitcoin as a form of payment. Some of them are overstock.com, dell.com, and newegg.com. So recently and throughout the most of 2017, there's been a lot of buzz surrounding Bitcoin and digital currencies. So I'm just going to go over some of the positives about Bitcoin and why has it been creating such a wave. One of the main benefits, as I said before, is Bitcoin can be used as a form of payment for making payments on the internet or from sending money from one person to another person. So another benefit to Bitcoin is that it is a decentralized payment system, meaning that it's not run by one particular agency or body. And the reason why this is such a good thing about Bitcoin is that since it's not run by one central body, it is less likely to be manipulated. So before I get into the volatility of Bitcoin, I want to go over the actual price of Bitcoin as of today. Now, Bitcoin started in value of less than $1, and ever since its inception, it has been on an upward trend, rising by as much as 30% in a couple of days. There are days when Bitcoin experienced a downtrend also where it dipped as much, but over the past couple of years, Bitcoin generally has been on an upward trend. And it has been because of these increases that have drawn so many people to Bitcoin. So to get to the volatility aspect of Bitcoin, one could look at Bitcoin and see that this currency goes up in value so much on a particular day, and it does go down in value by a lot on a particular day also. This is not at all a bad thing, because it is this volatility that people use to make money. People who do day trade Bitcoin, like buy and sell Bitcoin within the same day, it gives them an opportunity to make money with Bitcoin. So this volatility isn't at all a bad thing. Now, one thing to be careful about is knowing when to purchase Bitcoin. If Bitcoin has been going up in value substantially over the last couple of days, it is best to wait for a price correction so that you don't purchase and then it goes down in value right away. But if that does happen, remember, you really don't lose until you sell. Now, another good thing about Bitcoin is that it is not an inflationary currency. There is no one printing or making new Bitcoins to reduce the value of the Bitcoins that you currently possess. Now, there will only ever be a maximum supply of 21 million Bitcoins. There can never be more than 21 million Bitcoins. And currently there are 16 million Bitcoins in circulation, and once this circulating supply reaches this maximum supply of 21 million, there will never be any more Bitcoins. So Bitcoin will always retain its value because there's no one making or printing more Bitcoins to inflate or deflate rather the price, the value of your Bitcoin. So moving on to where do you purchase Bitcoins? You could purchase Bitcoins on what are called digital currency exchanges. And some of those exchanges are Coinbase, that is one of the most popular ones. Some of the other popular exchanges are HitBTC, Binance, Bitfinex, Bittrex, Poloniex, Kraken, GDAX. And also GDAX is owned by Coinbase. So what you want to do is log on to any one of these exchanges, and I'll put a link in the description for Coinbase. And once you register, you want to add your bank account, and then you could use your bank account to purchase Bitcoins. So when you do purchase your Bitcoins on one of these exchanges, we're now going to move on to where your Bitcoins are being stored. Now, Bitcoins and other digital currencies are stored in what are called wallets. Now, traditionally with your bank accounts, you would have like a bank account number. Now with Bitcoin and digital currencies, those are stored in a wallet. Now it is possible that you could set up a wallet that is outside of the exchange to store your Bitcoins and digital currencies. That way you have more control over what happens to your funds in your wallet. Now, associated with each wallet are two addresses. There is a public address and a private address. The public address is used for when someone is sending bitcoins to you. You can share that public address with them and they will use that to send bitcoins to you. Now, your private address or private key is used whenever you're sending bitcoins. Now, your private address, you don't share with anyone. You keep that confidential, because if you do share that information with someone, they could actually steal your bitcoin. So your private address, you don't share that with anyone. So where do you spend your bitcoins? There are several websites that do accept bitcoins as a form of payment now. Some of those websites are overstock.com, newegg.com, and also the travel site expedia.com. They do accept bitcoin. So ideally, when bitcoin was valued at around a couple of $100, it was okay to use it as a form of payment. Now, because bitcoin has risen to over $10,000, it is seen as more of a store of value. So it might not be ideal to use it as a form of payments, because transfer costs sometimes range about $20 to $30 just to transfer Bitcoin. And you couldn't purchase something for $30 and then pay a transfer fee of $20. So people are looking at alternatives such as Litecoin and smaller valued cryptocurrencies to use as form of payments. And just as a side note, because Bitcoin is valued over $10,000 right now, it is important to note that you don't actually have to purchase one Bitcoin. You could purchase a fraction of a Bitcoin, let's say a half a Bitcoin or a quarter of a Bitcoin, or you could purchase 0.01 Bitcoin or 0.001 Bitcoin. So just to understand Bitcoin a little bit more, we're going to talk about what is the blockchain. So the blockchain is what powers Bitcoin, and it is the underlying technology that makes Bitcoin successful. The blockchain is a giant database system that stores all the Bitcoin transactions via a distributed ledger. Now, as an example, when Bitcoin transactions are processed, they're processed in batches. Let's say 20 or 50 transactions are lumped into one batch, and these are verified by mathematical cryptography and added to the blockchain. So it is important to note that Bitcoin transactions are immutable, meaning that no one can go back and change a Bitcoin transaction. No one could actually double spend the amount of Bitcoins that they have. After these transactions are verified and stored on the blockchain, they're like saved and locked in. Now, since Bitcoin has been such a success as a digital currencies, there are several other cryptocurrencies that have come on the market. Actually, there are over several thousand cryptocurrencies right now, and you can see these by going to coinmarketcap.com, and they will list all the cryptocurrencies there. Here, right now, we're looking at the top 100 cryptocurrencies. Now, if you come here and click on full list, you will see the full list of the available cryptocurrencies, and this is not even all the cryptocurrencies there are. They keep adding cryptocurrencies to this list every day. So another cryptocurrency that is available is called Ethereum, and one thing that is special about Ethereum that it adds the ability to execute what is called smart contract. Also, there is Litecoin, which is priced relatively lower than Bitcoin, and ideally can be used as a form of making regular payments on the internet. So what we're looking at here is the top cryptocurrencies. There is also Ripple, Bitcoin Cash, Cardano, Stellar. There is Litecoin, which we talked about earlier, NEM, NEO, and EOS. Those are the top 10 cryptocurrencies. Now, to learn more about a cryptocurrency that is listed here, you could just click on the cryptocurrency and then click here to go to their website, and here you can see more information about what that cryptocurrency has to offer and what problem they're solving and how different they are. Okay, so we're going to move into some of the opportunities that does come with cryptocurrencies, and one of the main opportunity within cryptocurrencies is mining. You could actually make money doing what is called cryptocurrency mining. Now, mining, there are two forms of mining. There is one that is called proof of work and also proof of stake. Now, with proof of work mining, it involves purchasing equipment and pretty much setting up your computer to process these Bitcoin transactions. And for that, you're rewarded a payment. You're actually called a miner. So there's mining within digital currencies. Now, another thing that you can do to make money with digital currencies is to buy and hold these digital currencies. So what you could do is go back to Coin Market Cap, and you could go through the list of cryptocurrencies there and learn about the cryptocurrency. Now, if one of them appeal to you, you could just buy a couple of it and hold on to it. And most of these cryptocurrencies, they do go up in value over time. Sometimes they do go down also. So please note that this is not a call to action to purchase any of these currencies. It is very important that you do your own research before you buy any of these. Moving on to another form of or method that you could make money with digital currencies, what is called trading. You could actually day trade these digital currencies. Now, because of the volatility that I talked about earlier, it is possible that Bitcoin move by as much as 10% per day. It could go up by 10%, it could go down by 10%. Now, what you could do is just buy and trade it as you would trade stocks. So another way that you could acquire more Bitcoin is that if you do run a business, you could actually accept Bitcoins or any other digital currency as a form of payment. And that way you could earn more Bitcoins or build up your Bitcoin holdings. And also, if you do any kind of podcast or a blog on the internet, you could actually ask for donations in cryptocurrencies. Now, one particular story that came to mind is 50 Cent. He just realized he was a Bitcoin millionaire. Now, back in 2014, he allowed his fans to purchase his album with Bitcoin. That was when it was worth around, let's see, around $600, somewhere there. And now in 2018, he just realized, wow, I have some Bitcoin and it's actually worth $7 million. So if you do run a business, you could actually accept Bitcoin as a form of payment. And moving on to some more ways that you can make money with cryptocurrencies. Another way you could benefit from the opportunities with cryptocurrencies are what are called ICOs. Now, ICO stands for Initial Coin Offering, and it is similar to the stock concept of an IPO. An IPO is whenever a company wants to raise money to expand their business, they offer new shares to the public to raise money. It is the same thing with ICOs. Whenever you have new companies coming up within the cryptocurrency space, they offer what is called an ICO. And this actually gives you the chance to purchase their coins at the cheapest price or some of the cheapest price they will ever be. So you might end up purchasing coins for $1 or 50 cents or a couple cents, let's say 9 cents. And whenever these coins start to trade on the digital currency exchange, you tend to notice that they sometimes double in value or go 5 times, 10 times in values. Now, there are even extreme cases where some of these cases go 100 times in value, as with Bitcoin or even Ethereum. Ethereum was valued at a couple cents one time, and now they're valued at $1,000. So that is one way people are capitalizing on the benefits with these cryptocurrencies or purchasing some of these ICOs. Now, it's important to note or check the laws that govern ICOs in the country that you live before you do purchase any of these ICOs. Another thing you could do to benefit from the opportunities with cryptocurrencies or what I call lending. Now, you could purchase Bitcoin and lend them to a cryptocurrency company that does trade Bitcoins for you and pay you like a daily interest. And there are several companies that allow you to lend Bitcoin to them, and they cash it out and lend it to regular businesses. And whenever they pay back the interest, they in turn pay you some of that interest. So there is a possibility that you can make money lending your cryptocurrencies that way. So with lending is very risky, and you have to be very careful with any companies that you do lend your Bitcoins to. You have to do a lot of research on these companies before you do lend any Bitcoins to them. Actually, you could trade your own Bitcoins and make as much as these lending programs will make you. Another thing with cryptocurrency is that there are a lot of careers that are popping up looking for people who are highly skilled with Bitcoin and digital currencies. And also, if you're very knowledgeable about Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, you could charge for teaching others about it. So another way that you could benefit from the opportunities with cryptocurrencies is with what is called arbitrage. Now, there are several exchanges that do trade these cryptocurrencies, and at times the price for Bitcoin is different from on one exchange to the other. So what you could do is purchase Bitcoin on an exchange that is much cheaper and transfer it and sell it on another exchange to get a higher price. And that is one way you could make a profit, is through arbitrage. And on to the final item that I have here. So lately we have seen a lot of startup companies who are using the blockchain technology to revolutionize their business and improve their business process. And also existing companies are using the blockchain to improve their business process. An example to that would be IBM teaming up with the shipping company Maersk to integrate the blockchain and improve how shipping and logistics is done. Also, Kodak is coming out with their own ICO. So to get into some more information about Bitcoin, is that Bitcoin currently is unregulated in a lot of countries. And depending on the regulation that each country chooses to adopt, that could have an influence on the price of Bitcoin. But so far, Bitcoin has been very resilient to government regulation. An example would be in August of 2017 when China moved to ban ICOs. We saw where the price of Bitcoin fell from about $5,000 to about the high 2000, around $2,800. But Bitcoin has since bounced back and went to even new highs and is now worth over $10,000. So another concern that comes up with Bitcoin is hacking, and some of these exchanges have been hacked before. So one thing is important: whenever you do purchase your Bitcoins or digital currencies on an exchange, you could actually transfer them into a wallet that you have more control over, so as to secure your Bitcoins and digital currencies. And finally, one of the biggest concerns that a lot of people have is that, what if I purchase Bitcoin now and it goes down in value drastically? And one important thing to that would be, it is important to know when to purchase Bitcoin. So you might want to familiarize yourself with the market space and what's happening, and learn how to read the charts to know when to purchase Bitcoin. And do remember that if the price falls, you don't really lose until you sell. So if you do purchase some Bitcoin and it dips a little, you might want to hold on until it recovers to the price point that you did purchase it at. So why a what is Bitcoin video in 2018? Actually, asking what is Bitcoin in 2018 is a little bit late to the game. So the reason why I did this video is because a lot of people still don't know what is Bitcoin, and I like to explain things from my perspective. Maybe someone will understand it a little bit differently when I explain it. So thanks for watching. I hope you really did get some good information from this video. And if you did get some good information from this video, you could follow me on any one of these social media channels. Telegram. For Telegram, that link is kind of long, so I'll put the link in the description below. Also, you could log on to my website where I do blog about Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. It's at coinstate.net. And my YouTube channel is D Ryan. There's a singer called D Ryan, but if you search for D Ryan EOS, you will find one of my videos, and you could click on it and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And when you do subscribe to my YouTube channel, please hit the post notification bell so you can be notified when I post valuable content like this. You can find me at Twitter under my website's handle at Coinstate site, and also on Steemit. Steemit is a cryptocurrency blogging platform. Actually, it's a general blogging platform, but it uses the blockchain as the underlying technology that powers Steemit. So it's a kind of new concept. You could find me there at D Ryan, and I'll put the link to Steemit in the description below. And again, thanks for watching. Do remember to like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks. Bye.